Hi, my name is Namaslay. For those of you who don't know me from Twitch, everybody calls me Nama. Welcome in. This is my first Let's Play, and I was trying to find a short horror game because I am mainly a horror streamer. For those of you who don't know me or might be new here, we play horror games on Twitch. But I saw this game in the bundle I got on itch, and it's Mortician's Tale. And as some of you may know or may not know, I am actually a licensed mortician. And I saw this, and I was like, I have to give it a try. So we're just gonna jump right in. Start. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. Oh my god, the graphics are so cute. How do I move? Oh, it's point and click. Okay. From Matthew Jeffrey. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about the hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Matthew J., Funeral Director. Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Okay. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career with us at Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other. You're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office prep room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these situations, but please let me know if you have any questions. From Jen Love. Good luck, you beautiful and smart babe, you. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your work and industry, because as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London, serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for a funeral's monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. Aw, look at her signature. That's so cute. Hope you settled in so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find her in the prep room. Sure thing, I'll get right to it. What? I wasn't done. Oh, that's my bad. Thanks for subbing. Each month we bring you a newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. It's about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are. Because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that. But here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral home. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. That's literally my rules on Twitch. That's so funny. Or like, don't be a butt. Don't be on your cell phone. Don't be loud and obnoxious. Don't get drunk. I have seen that happen before. Happily reminisce. Give condolences. Dress appropriately. Give a gift, or sign the registration book. I cannot talk today. Okay, where? Oh, okay. Mrs. Garcia. How's this gonna work? You're just gonna clean. Click on the sponge. Oh my god. The sponge. And drag it. Okay. Let's clean you up. There you go. Mike is gonna take care of dressing her. It's time to go to her funeral. Already? You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it's also important to pay respect. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Okay. Okay, she's gone. That is such a scary place to have that door to the prep room. Oh my god. Do I talk to people? She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. I mean, oh my god, that was funny. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Am I done? Okay. It's the next day? Okay. From my bestie. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing... I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, male colleagues, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately. Even though dress codes are such sexist bullshit, anyway, they are. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Like, Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Sorry, I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. This sounds like me. Like, I get so mad and then I just send, like, stuff that makes zero sense. And then I'm like, okay, give me a second. And then I explain a little bit easier. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with viscerotopsis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, too long didn't read. Corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kind of things I specifically research, and yet I'm treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day. Charlie. Oh, Charlie. I'm Charlie. Oh, Jennifer. Jen. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat. Of course, pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. An elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. Don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew, he knows. I'll get right on it. I'm in my gear. Wait, did I have to embalm him? Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Bleh, that's not... Nope. You have to have the family's written consent to embalm. You cannot just make it standard. Unless it is, like, legally required, you cannot just willy-nilly embalm people because you think, and you need... Oh, I went the wrong way. What? What? Does it matter if I go up or down? I don't know. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket. You'll need to glue the eyeballs. That'll look good. That is true, though. We do actually glue eyelids shut and mouths. Cotton ball? Suturing is another form of keeping it shut. That is very true. I never went that route. I would always use a needle injector, which is a different type of tool. Lotion! Okay, sorry, I didn't know what the hell I was looking at for a second. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. Oh my god, they actually put it... Okay, so I played mortuary assistant, and they put the incision, like, right here. Or, like, I can't remember if it was going this way or this way. That's not right. We put the incisions, like, right on the collarbone. And then we look here for your artery in your vein. One, you don't see it when you have a shirt on. Two. What? Oh! Whoops! I did grab the cannula, okay. Drag it onto the carotid artery. Hello. Wow. How do I connect it to the tubing and drag it to the cannula? Oh my god, I had to be on the correct exact pixel. Okay. Yoink. That is truly do massage the embody as we embalm. So if you don't understand what's happening, basically we're like injecting formaldehyde into your artery. So we inject into the carotid artery and then we drain from the jugular. So that's the drain tube right there. Let's suture you up. Yoink. And whoa. Oh, I was not done with that. I let go too soon. I have to wait for it to go. Okay. So I don't need to worry about dressing them and doing their makeup, which is nice, I guess. Hello? Are you over on your phone? Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, one minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, that person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long, like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. It's so weird. How our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. It's so strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red, no matter what. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Get off your phone. What a terrible employee. I would get onto him. Can I sign the book? Guess I don't need to do it. That was a couple weeks jump, but okay. Woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. I'm on it. It's so funny to see. I'm curious if like an actual. I wonder if I can figure that out. Doesn't say anything. We'll need to prepare her body. They brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process, as to not damage them. Not just they would be gone. Let's start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. Oop, I clicked out. Click on the necklace and place it in the purple tray. We will place the necklace in the urn with Mrs. Hall's remains later. We need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click and drag the round ID tag and place it in the coffin. Okay. Easy peasy. I had to do nothing else. Okay, I was gonna say, normally you have to, yeah. Ah! We do this in real life. That is That is legit. I'm trying to put it back to the urn. Okay. All right. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Oh my god, crab cakes sound so good. Oh, glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. God, you study all about this in college. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. If you're family, you have a say in the music. Just saying. Was that not offered to you? She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not even once. I'm on it. You hear so many things from people, like that first funeral we did in this game of how like embalming is like, I don't remember exactly what was said, but they were just spreading more rumors about embalming and the process, and it's crazy like how much misinformation is out there about this profession, and funeral directors are made out to be like greedy people when you know, they don't get paid a lot. They do not get paid a lot, and they work 70 hours a week sometimes. If there's not a team for pickups and removals, I mean, they work all hours of the night on call. They have different shifts and everything, but there would be times where I would work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, but I would go in the middle of the night to go pick somebody up and bring them back to the funeral home, and then I would stay because we embalmed night of. I would stay for 2 to 3 hours depending on the case and embalm, and then at that point I would just stay at the funeral home and just I mean I would be there all day all night, and then you'd have weekend funerals, after hour visitations. And I mean, we don't get paid as much as you think we do. It's not about the money. If you're in this profession, it is not about the money. And it makes me so sad that stigma is out there about funeral directors. Hi Amy, you asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. That is correct. They can be tricky. They're actually not really that bad. Let's see how it's gonna have me do this. Has pacemaker. They will explode. They will explode. We actually had somebody forget to remove one time, and it exploded in the crematory. All right. We can see the pacemaker. Let's grab these and yoink it out. Have to be like right on there. Ah, okay. Put the forceps away and then place the round. ID tag, very important. He's good to go. Let's press the button. Ouch. The other thing I wanted to comment on was how the email from the owner was like, they're all pretty, how was it worded? She was like, it's funny how grief does different things to different families, because this family was actually like working together and knew what they wanted and like wasn't really bickering and arguing and stuff. And sometimes you would be surprised like what grief does to families. You would think it would bring people together, and sometimes that is not the case at all. They're fighting over jewelry, they're fighting over the estate, they're fighting over what, like, dress or outfit they should wear, how their makeup I mean, it's crazy. It's actually crazy sometimes what grief does to people. Hello? I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. Oh my god. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No. We talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Damn. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? That's nice. I always told him to quit smoking. But of course he never listened to me, so that figures. February 20th. Whoa! Oh, a lot of time is, like, passing by. Hi, Amy. I just wanted to thank you for the service the other month, and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. Hasn't been easy. I haven't been. Oh my god. Wait, what? There's another tab? I didn't realize these are different. Oh, Jen, I'm so sorry I've been ignoring you. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing you on my phone so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, am I right? There's no harm. Things to avoid saying. At least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this. It's probably not your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Don't be a jerk, and just don't say it. Were they saved? Just don't. Why? Yeah, just don't. Just don't. Not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is not always comforting, it can also be insulting. They're with the angels now. See above, note, then rinse, repeat. I had another funeral director say that to me. We unfortunately had a child in our care, and they said that. And I told them to get the fuck out. I was so mad. I was like, get out right now. We did not get along. Like, just because that's your coping mechanism for death, and everybody has their own coping mechanism, and that's fine. But you need to understand that not everybody has your religious views. Not everybody believes in that. Just don't. Just don't. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. This. I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Like, bring them food. Don't even ask. Just bring them food. Actions are better than passive statements. Yes, cook something for them. I feel like the person that made this game is legitimately, like, in this, I feel like they're in this profession. This is insane. I know how you feel. Why would you, don't say that. Don't say that. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes people will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied in any situation, don't say stuff just for the sake of saying stuff. Just say, I'm sorry, if you don't know what else to say. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation yet. Anyways, they're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advanced directive regarding these wishes, so his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is the suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. I'm comfortable with it. I've had to do this before. Start by cleaning you up, bud. Give you a little shaveroo. There we go. A little massage. Alrighty, and some eye caps. There we go. Let's glue those up. Don't want them popping open. Let's do your mouth real quick. Boink, 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 boink. And moisturize. There we go. Incision, yoink. Drain tube. Artery. How do I do this again? Oh my god, did I already forget? No, I'm super picky about the pixel. Aha! A yoink? Let's sew you up. And let's use a trocar here to get your insides cleaned up. Normally you put what's called cavity fluid in there as well to help even further with that. All done. Mike will take care of the makeup and dressing. Alrighty, easy. Easy. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. I wish we were closer. I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know? Been able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. You can't blame yourself. He wouldn't have wanted that. I know, it hurts. I know. I heard it wasn't going to be open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. What an incredibly rude, insulting comment to say. How incredibly rude. I don't like you, ma'am. Get out of my funeral home. Well, I guess it's not my funeral home. I guess I probably shouldn't be kicking people out. I'd probably get fired. Such an incredibly rude, disrespectful I cannot believe that. It's horrible. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details to these changes. And we expect them to be followed impeccably. What happened? Can I just say first off that this is bull crap? Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all of your business for so long. This isn't 6 Feet Under. Which is actually a pretty good show. I couldn't really get super into it. It was a little bit too, like, drama-y over the top for me, but I did watch. It was pretty accurate. And it has Dexter in it. I mean, he's just such a good actor. Anyway, I got distracted. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their bullshit practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. Matthew, I want to be your best friend. Below are details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you're done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. Oh my god. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Get that out of here. It was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Have a lot of work to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you can even see this bit of paper in the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? Yeah, But anyway, this event that I'm forwarding to you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe place. Come increase awareness of death with a view to helping people make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have a tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity." Maybe something many of us may be unfamiliar with. Funeral rites. Funeral rites may be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. Maybe be. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But I think this goes without saying. Funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body to different aspects of the service itself. I can't remember which one, but some of them had people come in and clean the body. Like, they were very hands-on, and that's just part of their culture. Religion provides different paths for dealing with a death, but the goal is almost always the same, offering support, guidance, and ease to the people who are grieving. In Judaism, intermittent usually begins immediately after somebody has passed. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint a guardian, a shomer, to remain with the body. Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the Yeah, that's very true. Not all practices are strictly religious focused. In the aughts in South Korea, the amounts of graveyard space begin to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many families begin to cremate more often, but there are also companies that compress remains into beads and turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and the expenses of cremation. And not all practices are somber either. Ever heard of the turning of the bones, or Famadihana? I don't know if I pronounced that right. A ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar. Families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. I love that. I love that. All right. I actually worked for a corporate funeral home in Vegas. Las Vegas. I saw some shit out there, I'll tell you that. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. To get licensed to embalm in Vegas, you have to go to a school in Vegas and then do all of that. Like, you have to do, or Vegas, in Nevada in general. Moving on to and somebody I knew was trying to get licensed in Nevada. I worked with her. I'm still friends with her on Facebook, but it's been a minute. She was having such a hard time because she went to school out of state and they would not license her. She had a really hard time. I don't remember the exact specifics, but I was just a funeral director in Nevada. But there was like a whole pickup team, so I literally just worked like Monday through Friday and any after hours that I needed to, depending on like services and everything. So I will say that was pretty nice to like have a on-call team. So like you just answered the phone on call and dispatched the team. That was very nice. Because I didn't have to actually go out in the middle of the night. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. She was always so careful, wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of all this. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No. Thanks. I mean, but no. I don't know, it's so intimate. Feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book, except to you. Yeah. Yeah, she was special. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine and a binge watch something right now. Excuse me, let me walk right in between you guys. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. We actually do a lot of studying on the psychological effects versus no viewing and viewing, burial, cremation. I hear you. I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs. Like a human being, Charlie. A human being. We as a species have seen the beginning of our end. The appeal of a home funeral is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago we were taking care of our own deceased. But nowadays, people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't even given the option and assume this is mandatory. Funeral homes will almost always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make them appear more alive. But isn't this process counterintuitive to the grieving process? Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn or give opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they are taken to be buried or cremated. The idea of keeping the deceased's body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomp takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and to see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. Okay, I'm gonna finish reading this and then write my take on that. Say my take on that. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are economical. A traditional funeral, complete with body preparation, service, flowers, cards, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards of $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved one yourself, to wash and dress them, and to organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it is legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. States like Alabama, Connecticut require a funeral director's involvement from signing the death certificate to overseeing burial or cremation. If this is a route you decide to go for yourself or your loved one, make sure you follow everything by the book. But just know that just know that this may be an option available to you and your loved one if you so choose. My take on this: I have done a home funeral before. They have to be embalmed. I haven't been in this business in years, okay? But when I did it, you have to be embalmed unless it is immediate family members. And not just for the decomp part of it, for sanitary parts of it. Because you can get many diseases. There is so much bacteria. And that is another main part of embalming and why you have to be embalmed if you're having a public funeral. You have to be embalmed. If it is close family only, immediate family only for a viewing, like before a burial, like a closed casket funeral and burial, that's one thing. That's totally fine. At the funeral home, if they are unembalmed and it is an immediate family viewing only, a funeral director is there to ensure. That's my take on that. I absolutely agree with home funerals. I dropped somebody off at home for a home funeral. And we left. We let them have their time, and the next day we came and we picked them up and brought them directly to the gravesite. But they were embalmed. And there are reasons for that. It is not because we are greedy. It is for your health and safety. Anyway. New rules and code of conduct. There's a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. No tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell. Higher quality package. Give them the bronze pretty Batesville casket. Encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. What a piece of shit. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased's loved ones to purchase our own premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner, Catering Concepts, provides high-quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can easily be defrosted the morning of the funeral. I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition. It can be defrosted the morning of the funeral. Oh my god. I need a drink. Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry ever. I love Matthew. I want to interact with you in this game. Request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we at Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated can and will perform green burials. Should have told you this at the start. We don't do green burials. They're not cost effective. We don't wish to lose potential customers though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package. I trust you will ensure we do not lose any customers. Okay, this is one of the reasons I quit. Because this is the part. This is why we have a bad reputation. An unclaimed body. We're being paid a decent wage from the city for these services. Cremation is preferred here as it is the most cost-efficient of the two options. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver. Aside from cremation. Gosh. Okay, I'm not... Okay. Are you about to quit? I would literally... I mean, this is why I'm not in this business anymore. I would just quit. So frustrating, because that's how it goes sometimes. You get bought out, and that's the unfortunate tale of family-owned funeral homes sometimes. Oh, nobody's gonna be here. But that's okay, because I am here, and somebody was with you during your final moments. I didn't mean to do that twice. I shouldn't say final moments. In the end, somebody was with you. My tattoos are visible. My tattoos are visible. Am I gonna get in trouble? We can call it a water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Water cremation. Flameless cremation, or perhaps more commonly resumation. Its technical name though is actually alkaline hydrolysis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here and it's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment. True. And water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkaline water heated up very high, about 350. It basically works like a sped-up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation processes. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and in some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their death to have a greater impact on the environment than necessary. Dating a specific makeup artist. I read that wrong. Dating a special effects makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there. I was getting worried you had lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work, and also isn't too into it like the last dude I saw, Jason, Michael? I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that, like, working with death and spending so much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. It makes everything feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento mori, or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good, fun, and affirming, like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of a Ferris wheel. Be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me for now. I'm still kind of in shock from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You know you have my support 100% no matter what you decide. What am I going to do? Am I going to quit? Yes. We are thrilled to announce that Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated's subsidiary, Rose and Daughter, just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us access to all of the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over $15 million in funding and donations annually. What a boon. I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose the sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell. That is part of your job. We want a home funeral until she's ready to be buried. I want to make sure we have a proper send-off. They don't know what to do. I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. I promise you your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of her beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. A standard embalming will allow for everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one final time as she was. Beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Letting us take care of the food with our prepared food service will ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about on this day. You and your daughter are going through a hard time right now. Let us here at Rose and Daughters make this difficult time a little easier for you. Yoink. Oh. It is quite specific on like where I need to have everything. I'm so mad. It's so frustrating. I'm very curious to see what these people are going to say. Whoa. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. Okay. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. Would be good to stretch my legs. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh, hey, what did you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh, yeah, I've heard that show is so good. I saw that video of the one kid actor doing karaoke. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah, I just want Mom to know I loved her. Wish I hadn't yelled at her before. It's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. I'm gonna miss her. Me too. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this different music? What am I doing? I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you and I hired you for Rose and Daughters. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. Congratulations on your new business. I know it's been a rough year for you. I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase, but you stuck through it like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm not trying to be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. P.S. Have you heard about these green burial pods? When I find the link in my 1 million open tabs, I'll shoot it over for you. I feel that, Jen. Hey, when I first became a hearse driver, I was told that was my most important job. That my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree, and thankfully I concentrated on my driving skills since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver, Charlie, can you believe it? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason, I was worried you'd think less of me, but I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind. And besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, might I add. I actually love it. The kids can be pretty cute. But don't tell Amy I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about them. Congrats on your new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe grab a bite to eat. I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for your understanding and your work. You've made today easier already. See you at 1. Eileen. What am I doing? What is my new job? This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much, but thank you for helping me give her the funeral she always wanted. I think we're ready to get started now, though. I don't know why that made me tear up a little bit. Good for her. Pets. What are the pets? What does that mean? An Ontario government agency? Elaine! I just talked to Elaine. Well, that was Mortician's tale. I think, personally, seeing her able to open up her own business, do it right, I don't know, that just struck a chord with me because I wasn't able to do that. I didn't really try to do that, but it just made me really happy. I don't know, it just made me so happy. It like just really struck a chord with me for some reason. But yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed playing that. I really enjoyed seeing how it progressed and the different aspects of it and the things people played. I mean, it really makes you think. It makes you think. And it was really informative too. It was really informative, and I really appreciated seeing a really informative game about this profession. It's not discussed enough. It's something that people don't want to talk about and don't want to face. And I think that it's just so important. I think it's just so important. Because it's gonna come for all of us, whether we want it to or not. It's just a fact. It's just how it is. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I cried during my first Let's Play. But oh, it was really good. And next time I promise it'll be a little bit more of a horror game. Unless I see something else that I'm like, ooh, shiny. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Or check out my Twitch. We're playing horror games all the time on my Twitch game. So if you're into that, swing by. Check me out live. Chit chat with me about my time as a mortician if you want to. I'm an open book. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.